we'll get all the wrinkles out and everything in a few days after this cures a little bit. Okay, back from vacation. This has sat for a week. Feels pretty good. I like it. We're gonna let it sit for another week before we test fill. And I had to drop the liner on the back because you can see there's a line drawn here with a bunch of screws in it. From filling it up last time, sorry for the finger, I wanted to add another brace. Right, it's cut steep there so I don't run into it and hurt myself, which I'm sure I will. It's getting pretty narrow in here now. We're just under 2 feet between this and that tank. So I'm putting 3-inch deck screws into the 2x4 from the back of the sheet, and I'm short 3 screws, which are all right there. Yesterday, in an attempt to get rid of the giant wrinkle in the middle where the liner was folded in half, I filled the tank of about 3 or 4 inches with scalding hot water, and I put a 1/2 inch thick of piece of Lexan to try and press that down, and then I figured I would just let the water cool on its own. I don't know if it's going to work, but it was worth a shot. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd. This Friday we're going to do a test fill. So in anticipation of that, I am going to use the other tube of sealant that I have to glue the pond liner in place where it is now, and I'll just reclamp it just so it kind of holds itself into place without clamps or anything like that. And then Friday evening we will test fill it and see what happens. Here's a shot of the brace that I put in. The wood already has a natural bow to it, which I'm sure you cannot see in the video. I don't know if you can or not. So hopefully, glued, screwed, and tattooed, it holds in place. So right now I'm gonna fire up the caulk gun and have at it. Just to give you an idea of what I'm doing here, this has been glued to the wood. So there's a line of caulk here. There's a little bit behind there. All I'm trying to do is hold it in place. I'm not trying to seal anything. Apparently this caulk is super fantastic. It's a CT1. I got it on Amazon. After some research, watching pond guys put glass in their ponds, I figured it's a difference. So I'm going to run a line across the top here and then fold this back up to where it belongs and clamp it in place. There's the bead. Hopefully it works. So because of the fold, here's the first layer. Needed to get it back into place, creased right down here, and then I'll put another bead between the layers here, just between the clamps, again, just to hold it in place. Okay, now that this is done, I'm going to do the other side in the exact same fashion. Oh, hi, fishes. This side got a little messy, so I used some packing tape to just hold it in place until the sealant dries. I got it all over my fingers, then washed my hands, and then got smart. So what I'm trying to do here is I want to hold the pond liner in place so I can just undo the top flap, put a bunch of sealant there, flip it back over, and reclamp it. At least that's the plan. All right, we're gonna let this sit till Friday. Then what I'll be doing is I'll be taking those thick pieces of Lexan and screwing them to the top to hold them in place. Hopefully to help with some of the bow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, I got some more braces in. This is Lexan. It's basically indestructible. So I got it screwed in the front and the back, and on the sides here screwed in, and one in the side, a couple in the front, kind of like you'd be building a glass aquarium for supports. Those would be good for supporting the tops also, whatever I decide to pull out of this pile of Lexan and glass, who knows. But I also have the heater plumbed in. So it starts with a pump. I had to size up. This is an inline heater, apparently a pretty expensive one that I got from clearing out a bunch of aquarium supplies. And then hard piped it. It's kind of unconventional, but, and then back so it dumps in at the opposite end of the tank. So I'm gonna put some water in here, a little more water in here, and we're gonna plug this pump in. First test fill. I need to get this pump covered in order to test the plumbing for the heat. Let's see what it looks like from the outside, because, you know, we've never seen a fish tank before. Cool part about this is, even though we're only about 2.5 inches up from this windowsill, there's really about almost a foot of water in the tank. So I think it's going to be kind of a neat concept. Exciting. Okay, so since I'm impatient and this pump is covered with water, I'm gonna plug it in. It's gonna be a hell of a stretch. Up through the heater, no leaks that I can see. I'm just gonna let it run. I don't know when the last time this heater was wet, so I'm gonna give it a few minutes before I actually plug the heater in. And we're getting there. I think I'm gonna take the level of water to, sorry about the finger, pipe. Let's go around front. So, you can see the pipe there. It's about an inch or so above where the glass is, so that'll be perfect. But it's good to see water behind this frame again. It's been a long time. The idea of the extra brace helped. That was the actual, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's the actual natural curve of the wood. So it hasn't moved. This is pretty straight up here. I think these braces on top are key. I got some makeshift stuff up here to put a lid on. Looks like this heater is on. I don't know if it's working yet, but we'll find out. Got the temp gun here, so once we're full and flowing, we'll check it out. Getting very close now. Only got about an inch or so to get past the glass, or past the frame of the glass. No water on the floor, so that's a good sign. This is exciting. It's really exciting. All right. It's about 7 p.m. Temperature in the tank is 70.2.5. 25. So we'll see what it is in 12 hours. 12 hours. Got it covered. A little hillbilly makeshift cover, but works for the moment. Tank is full. Pump is running for the heater. I don't know if you can see it past all the bubbles. We'll try to zoom in, but you can see how the fold works in the corner that's behind. You can see the other side. Got a window behind me throwing a glare, so doing the best I can. Fun stuff. Morning inspection. The floor is dry. Water level is the same. Let's see if this heater's working. Looks like it's working to me. It's 78-ish. Can't really see the dial. Let me turn the light on the phone. There we go. Put it somewhere between 72 and 93. Seems pretty accurate to me. I think I like this heater. We're 11 hours in, up to temperature, no leaks, things are good. We're gonna let this run for a week and start working on decor.